Hey everybody, this is David Waters and welcome back to day 3 of the Consulting Accelerator more or less review. I'm tracking my progress so you can experience for yourself the trial portion of the whole course. And so this is day 3 of about 7 or 8 that are available on the free trial. It's designed to do a little bit every day. You could do it all really quickly depending on what stage you're in right now. Day 3 is actually called The Evolution of a Consultant, and I'm using the box set right now. I've already watched the videos and I just went through and read it again to refresh it in my mind and to kind of retain more information by learning in 2 different ways. If you haven't seen the previous videos, it's actually very important that you go back and follow along. Actually, you know what's best is if you just go and start the free trial yourself. It sounds like a pitch, but really better to learn from the master than someone who's taking and trying to use his advice. But if you haven't done that or don't want to do that yet, I understand. If you do want to do that, you can go ahead and click the link or check the link in the description. And hopefully you find something valuable. If not, it was worth a try. But to me, I'm actually finding it very valuable to challenge the way I perceive things and to open my mind into learning more things. And so I like it and I hope that you can do it. If you do choose to purchase, this is a referral link and I do get a referral bonus. So thank you for that. You also will get a discount of $500 on the course of what it was typically being sold at. And so go ahead and check that out right now and come back, or go ahead and just keep listening. But at least go back and watch the unboxing day 1, day 2, at least day 1 and day 2 of the Consulting Accelerator. Okay, so what we learned today is talking about the evolution of a consultant. And what's interesting is that I remember seeing that first YouTube advertisement about Sam Ovens and thinking, consulting.com, what does that have to do with me? Because I'm not a consultant. I have no interest in being a consultant. And I had this specific worldview or the specific view of or perspective of what a consultant was. And so this lesson today opens your eyes a little bit on what a consultant actually is and how it applies to you, to me, and the business world. And so good job, Sam, on challenging the way we view things. What I wanted to share was I don't want to read verbatim all the things that are in the book, because honestly there's like 30 to 50 pages every single day and I'm summarizing, and I don't want to take away from you experiencing that real thing on that free trial, but it's free, so check it out. So right now I'm going to share some questions that I created from going through this section of the course. I've got my handy dandy notebook. Some of you might know where that comes from. I've been doing pretty well, keeping track of everything. I actually already went through day 3 and day 4, and so it's all a little bit mixed in my mind right now, but I did take pretty good notes on what I wanted to share. And so, anyway, so day 3, let's get started and talk a little bit about what this really entails. And so, I'm trying to take all of these things I'm learning, trying to leave Sam his moment of teaching, and I'm just trying to apply it to myself, and that's what this video really is you seeing me applying it to my life. It's a really good accountability partner. I've learned that every single day I get on here and try to create something and I've learned that when you explain things yourself, it makes more sense to you over time. You remember it better. Anyway, try it out if you haven't tried that before. It's amazing. He starts off by describing people, by describing the different groups that we can be involved in. We start with our inner self, we move into family, friends, society. And he talks about how every single day the global economy, the way it works is that we're all just hunting for one thing. We all want to go from where we are to the future. We want to find that future version of ourselves. And you can find this kind of information on his YouTube ad, so I feel comfortable in sharing that. The idea is that as a business entrepreneur, our goal is to help people do that. This course helps people move from being one type of businessman to being a consultant of various degrees. Anyway, so while learning about consultants, we also learn why people buy things, or like how to create value in the marketplace. And I have this current self, like I am who I am, and every single person out there has this desire of what they want to become, whether it's like I want to become the president of the United States, or I want to become, more criminal than I am today. It's everyone has the desire, and the reason why people buy things is because it's the shortest path to becoming that desired self. Someone else that's already done it is selling this thing that helps me achieve it, or someone else is selling this advice that teaches me how to get there quicker. And that is how the economy rotates. We all are searching for this future version of ourselves. People buy it because they want to get there faster. They don't have the ability to do it on their own, or they just want to learn it from an expert. And thinking about that and thinking about how it applies to what I'm doing. I mean, I'm here in Italy, and I am in the niche of real estate. I'm not a real estate agent. I am a real estate investor that teaches other investors or people searching to become an investor how to invest in Italy. And the reasons why people would come to me is because perhaps they're not in Italy and you need some feet on the ground. Perhaps they don't know the language. Perhaps they just need that kickstart on how to get there faster, a little bit of expert advice, and that's what I have, and that's where I fit into that market. And he mentioned why people fail, and it was me to a T. And he described, I mean, this is a little embarrassing to say. Actually, I'm always proud because I have great ideas, I think. And I've always dreamed about taking this one idea and turning it into this billion-dollar business. And in reality, that's not what people want. They don't want my idea. They want what they want. So it's always important to take an outward step out of yourself, not be so selfish, and actually look for a market solution. And I actually appreciated that advice, even though it felt like being punched in the face a little bit. Everyone's has that desired self, and unless I know what that desired self is, I'm not going to be successful in business. Specifically, how it applies to me right now with the real estate situation here. I'm in Italy, and I'm searching to sell my advice to Americans, and perhaps nobody wants it. Perhaps. I was basically defined as a selfish person for thinking that my brain had the best ideas. So that'll be a challenge for me, and maybe it'll be a little bit hard to swallow for some people, but I think it was good advice. We really need to figure out the desires of the niche that we choose, and I'm using this real estate investing as an example. Because the very first time that I actually talked to an American who wanted to invest in Italy, I pitched my idea not as if I was going to actually sell it to them, but in the feedback that I got from this person, they didn't want what I wanted to sell. They wanted a different version of that. Like they did, like the idea and everything connected to my idea was pristine. But except for one thing, the fact that I wanted them to learn to do it themselves. This is one of those things where we learn, they will have this desired self and they don't have the desire to learn it themselves. They have the desire to pay someone else to do it. That's where my error has been. And recently, ever since going through the videos, I had this opportunity to be in Rome just 2 weeks ago. And while I was there, right after I watched these videos, I started testing the things in the changes that I was going through in my mind on these people. And instead of, what do you do? Oh, I do. And then give this general response of, oh, I teach some kids some English and I do my projects on the side. I actually made a very specific sentence, and people were like, oh really, and actually were very interested in following along with that future self that I'm creating for myself. So that was interesting, and I got some good feedback from that, and I like that the things that I've learned so far, I already had that chance to apply it. Doing it to Americans while I'm in Italy, it's actually a challenge because I don't see them often. And the only channel I do have is actually using the internet to broadcast this information and to obtain information. It makes me realize I always make these videos and I'm telling you what I'm learning, but the best application of everything that I'm learning here is actually you're listening right now. Please write in the comments right now, what do you want to know about this course? Because I can keep talking about what I learn and how to apply it, but maybe you have a specific question. Please write it down. And this is me trying to improve, me asking questions and learning about your desired self. So I like the advice so far from this lesson. So while learning about the evolution of a consultant, he stages this, he shows this graph and he takes you from being on this side all the way to another side. And the idea is you're going to be making 0 to 100,000 in this category and up to like $10 million a year or $100 million a year on the other end of the spectrum. And I've taken online courses before and I listen to the trends right now. There's trends of online coaching and there's trends of online courses that are being done a lot these days, like enter your email here, join this list, join the newsletter, I'll send you this, watch a webinar, okay, here's my course, learn this, apply it there. And there are many businesses that are teaching anybody can do this. Sam takes the opposite thought and saying, no, everyone's messing up, everyone's doing it wrong. You need to start through this path, right? You need to start here, gain experience. Now, going back a little bit, if you've already got the experience, feel free to skip ahead to the online course side. The online course is that upper end, like it's harder to sell, all that kind of stuff, and that should not be where people start when they're studying business. They're supposed to start with more of a hands-on, one-on-one situation. And so this course right here is not designed to help you make an online course. This course right here is designed to help you gain and become an expert in some field. Even if you already have been working in this category, is to really refine what you're doing and become the expert, and there are great results you can achieve. But if you've already done the expert and you just need to really refine and scale, this isn't the course for you. You should actually access Up-Level Consulting, which is his second course. And so this course right here is only for new entrepreneurs, people who want to take their business to people who want to improve on their entrepreneurial skills up to a certain level, okay? And the level's obvious when you go through the trial. He's helping you find a niche, and he's helping you take that niche and apply it and learn how to manage, to find people and to talk to them and to create value for them and help them achieve their desired self. Okay, so that was very important. But this was a pressure point for me because up until starting this course, I've actually been creating an online course, and it's done pretty well. I mean, I've done pretty well on it, and I was literally just about to push it out to the public, and then I get this advice. And this makes me have to think, am I at a point where I should actually be, am I that expert enough in this that anything I publish on that is considered expert advice? Or am I going to be giving information and people will look at it like, no, you know, that guy doesn't really know what he's talking about. So this is my resolution. I've got a solution for it. And I'll be announcing that later on in these YouTube videos. So But that's okay. I'm going to go back and really going to focus on becoming that expert. That's all I'm trying to say here. So again, thanks to Sam, I potentially saved myself from embarrassment, or potentially saved myself from ruining relationships with future clients of mine, because I'm trying to improve myself before I try to improve them. I guess it's a good way of saying that. Okay, so moving on. We're almost done here, actually. It was nice to see these categories of consultants. It was nice to see that he has an analysis and feedback from different clients of his to see what income level you can achieve at different levels of consultancy, of being a different types of consultant. And if you have the goal of making $1 million a year, if you have the goal of $100,000 a year, you can know just by looking at his scale, and I'm not going to show it here right now, you can look at the trial. You can know at what level you'll be making the desired income that you're shooting for. So it really depends on you. I don't want to indoctrinate you that you should want $1 million a year or anything like that. Where does this take us? I mean, this is the end. That was what he taught during day 3. And day 3 out of 7 for the week. And what have we really learned so far? We've learned so we need to challenge the way we think, our perspective. If I just look at the titles here, we learned about the natural law, consulting equation. We learned about niches and offers and results. We learned about the evolution of a consultant. And so he's really stepping us through understanding. And this is all about foundations and fundamentals right now. And this is stuff that he's happy to share with us for free. And so go ahead and check out that free trial. Again, I ask, if you have any questions about the course, about my experience with the course more specifically, feel free to ask it, because I'm hoping next lesson to be able to answer some of these questions. And that will be done. I'm actually doing this almost every day, but I'm posting it every other day just because of editing, and I don't have the time to dedicate exactly. So there is a day or so that I hope to receive some comments from you that I will be able to answer during the next video, because it would be a lot more fun for me to go through this course with somebody and be able to talk to them about their experience too. So thanks so much. This was day 3 of the Consulting Accelerator, and here's the referral link below. Come on over to Italy sometime. I'll show you around. If you're interested in real estate in Italy, I know some stuff about that too. Yep, that's all we have for today. Check you next time.